Good evening, everybody. Hi, everyone. Good to see you again. Today is Thursday, the 6th of January. And today we're going to talk about the tip one for financial mindset. Now, I I think I when I started on Tuesday, I told you that this whole of this year, for the next 52 weeks, I'm going to do two sessions every week. Tuesday, I'm going to talk about tips on law of attraction, Ho'oponopono. And Thursday, I'm going to give tips on financial mindset because my goal for this year is to enrich a lot of people to be mentally very strong, mentally able to understand the power of law of attraction and Ho'oponopono. But at the same time, I also want to give tips for this year, for the whole year, enrich a lot of people to become financially free. So every Thursday is about finance. Every Tuesday is about law of attraction, Ho'oponopono. Is that clear? So today is tip number one on financial mindset. Okay. So next week, of course, will be tip number two on Tuesday for law of attraction, Ho'oponopono. Tip number two for financial mindset on Thursday. Right. So now today, when we start off, the most important thing about financial mindset is for you to understand the difference between something called active income and passive income. Now, the reason why you need to know the difference is because a lot of us are misled through our education, through our upbringing, to think that you'll become financially successful if you're a lawyer or you're an engineer, and work for somebody else, and you work for 22 from the age of 22 to the age of 58, and you become successful. So the definition of wealth is very different for different people. A lot of people don't understand the definition of wealth. A lot of people think the definition of wealth is a big car, big house, big wife. I say big wife because you buy very expensive basmati rice or whatever, or big rings and big wallet and that kind of thing. Actually, when you talk about wealth, according to Robert Kiyosaki, you're only wealthy if your wealth ratio is more than one, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Because by the end of this year, I want to make sure all of you have got a wealth ratio of more than one. Okay, so let's go back to find out what is this wealth ratio and how it works. Yeah. First of all, you need to understand there are two types of income. Okay, one is called active income, one is called passive income. Active income is an income where you go to work every day or you run a self-employed business. Morning till evening, you're in a mini market, in a restaurant, or whatever. This is called active income. And 95% of the people in the world are into this category where they work day and night, day and night, day and night. And I used to work in Bank Nagara, and a lot of people still work. And you know what? Our parents used to work, and they always said that, oh, you got to work until you retire. There's 58. Now, you would have noticed that no matter how hardworking they are, no matter how many years they work, no matter if they bought a house and a car, but many of them are not financially successful. In fact, even at the age of some people work even at the age of 55, 58, 60, 65, not because they want to work, but because financially they're not secure. So one of the things you need to know for this year is that if you work on an active job, that's fine with me, because all of us have to work one day or sooner or later. You have to work. That's fine. For some time you got to work, but that's fine. That's called active income. But I think what you need to understand is to think that going to be filthy, stinking rich by working for somebody for the rest of your life is wrong. Because according to statistics, only 5% of people from the entire world are wealthy and rich. If you talk about 100 people at the age of 65, only 5 people will be wealthy and rich. Many of the others are not successful at all. And I know this because I meet so many people at different age groups, and I know they are not. And it's nothing to do with your parents, whether they are poor or rich. It's nothing to do with it. It's just whether you understand the concept of active income and passive income. So this is actually talked about by Robert Kiyosaki. Yeah? So what I want to teach you today, tip number one for financial mindset is wealth is not about a big car or big house or anything. Wealth is you're wealthy when your wealth ratio is more than one. I repeat, yeah, you're wealthy when your wealth ratio is more than one. Okay, so wealth ratio means something divided by something must be more than one. That's called a ratio. Something divided by something, you get a ratio. So why do people go to work? Many people don't like the work. Many people don't like the boss. Many people don't like the company. Many people don't like the salary. I mean, some of you have been working for donkey years or for many, many years. If I would ask you, how many of you are overpaid? I mean, all of you are watching me today. How many of you are overpaid? You work in a company, you don't like the job. How many of you are overpaid? Can you go to your boss and say, boss, why you give me so much money? Boss, give other people. My salary too high, boss. Nobody will say that. But yet you go to work. You know why? The reason is because we got expenses. We got car loan, housing loan. We got loans to pay. We got expenses to pay. So sometimes we tolerate our boss, we tolerate our company, we tolerate everything and work hard until we are so tired, get cancer, get stress, get blood pressure, get diabetic, and all the problems come in because of what we are doing. And that is the danger of you working. Now, I was able to leave my job at the age of 40. Okay. The reason is because my wealth ratio is more than 1. So this is what I want to start off for this year, week 1, tip 1 on financial mindset, to tell you that if your wealth ratio is more than 1, you can retire. So, but if any one of you in 2022, your goal is to become a full-time mother, full-time father, you want to leave your job and run your own business or do something on your own, a lot of you won't leave. You know why? Because you need money to pay for your car and house and everything, right? So if your wealth ratio is more than 1, you can live. So what is wealth ratio? Like I told you, the reason we all go for work is because we got expenses to pay. So all of us will have this thing called the monthly expenses. So you calculate your car, your house, your family and whatever. Let's say you need about 5,000 ringgit every month to pay for expenses, or 4,000 you need every month to pay for expenses. Now you are wealthy when your passive income is more than your expenses. So if your expenses is 5,000, okay, and if your passive income is more than that 4,000, that means your wealth ratio is more than 1, because the top is higher than the lower, divided is more than 1. Okay, so at the moment you make active income. Active income, you work to work, come back, go to work, come back, go to work, come back, that's active income. So you need to now start looking what you call passive income. Now, what is passive income? Passive income is an income that you can get continuously for the work done. For example, if you run a business and then the business can run on its own and make money, that's passive income. If you have franchise, for example, you've got a lot of restaurants, or you buy a franchise that runs on its own, then it's passive income. You buy property, leave it for rental income comes, that's passive income. You put money in the bank, you got interest from your savings or your FD or your investments, then it's passive income. I teach people how to invest and make monthly passive income through their investment. So if you're interested, contact me after the talk today, or WhatsApp me or this one, and I will invite you for one of my investment talks. So I'll teach you how to invest and make monthly income. Okay. But what you need to understand is there's many ways to make passive income. Some people make passive income by writing a book that's printed again and again. Insurance give you passive income, because if you are an insurance agent, you make money when you have got agents under you and you sell policies. MLM people, my wife has got a huge MBA business and there's a big network, and to make passive income. People in the unit trust industry, they make passive income because when you invest money, there is returns they get from there. So there's many ways to passive income. Now with internet, if you have YouTube videos and your YouTube videos are played, you make passive income. You got TikTok is played, you get paid. So many ways to passive income. I have a video for 45 minutes which actually tells you the different types of passive income and how you can make it. So if you're interested, again, you either Facebook messenger me and say, Mr. Karthi, I want to watch your video on passive income, or you WhatsApp me and say, Mr. Karthi, I'm interested to know about passive income. I'll send you the video, YouTube link video. I'll send you the link. You can watch the video and understand this. But what you need to understand is it is important for you to start looking at passive income. So you must set a goal and say, you know what, I'm working now, fine, but I don't want to work for the rest of my life. I want to make passive income. One of the things about pandemic during the last 2 years, those people who had passive income, for example, they had income coming from business, income coming from investment, income from rental. What happened was, even though during COVID, they had a lot of issues, a lot of people lost jobs, but the people who had passive income survived. Why? They were still continuously making money. But people who are making active income, their salary was cut down, they're in trouble. Many people lost jobs, they are in trouble. Many businesses closed down, they are in trouble. So it is very important for you to understand. If I don't know whether there will be another pandemic, I don't know whether you want to retire, I have no idea what you want to do. If you're happy working, you like every day you go, hi ho, off to work, I go, I'm so happy, then fine, I'm fine, please. I also scared that everybody then stop working, also I got a problem, isn't it? Because then nobody in the bank can count my money, nobody can fly the airplane and go for holidays. So some people need to work. Okay, continue. But if you really want to have financial freedom, if you really want to want to travel around the world, come on, what is the use living in the whole life in Malaysia? You want to travel around the world. Last week, On Tuesday, I told you about the 20 dreams, 20 countries to visit. How are you going to go to all these places if you cannot have money to travel, or you don't have leave to travel? So you must really, really, really seriously think about passive income. Of course, the next coming weeks, I'll talk more about it. But today, I just want you to learn this one tip. The one tip is that if you want to have financial freedom, if you want to be wealthy, your wealth ratio must be more than 1. What do you mean by wealth ratio? Your passive income is more than your expenses. How do you make passive income? You can make passive income through either franchise, investments, property, savings, FD, dividend from shares, MLM business, insurance business, unit trust, where you can go in and make passive income. Even many ways to make, like I told you, YouTube videos and all. So all this gives you passive income. Now, I need you to know that when you want to make passive income, there's 2 types of ways to it. One, of course, you need money to invest and make money. Okay, you need money. So one of the tips I'm going to share in the next couple of weeks is how to save part of your salary for you to do investment so that you can make passive income. The other one is where you don't need to have money to make money. Like, for example, if you want to be an agent, or you want to do an MLM business, or you want to, you don't need money. You only need to have courage and do it. So for those who don't have money to invest, then you take the courage and join any of these businesses, either in MLMs or unit trusts, the good ones, the good ones with good teaching, good leadership, or insurance companies or unit trusts, and learn to make money because you make passive income, because you can retire one day. I'm not here to tell you which is good, which is bad, I'm not here. That is your choice. If you do enough Ho'oponopono, the right business will come to you. But if you want to know about, if you have money, you want to invest and make money, yeah, you can come for my talks, because I teach you how to invest and make money. I can teach you that, no problem at all. But I need you to know this. Many of you will say, as I finish my talk today, you will say, but Mr. Katti, how do I actually buy property and make money? How do I do all this when I don't even have money? Now, let me tell you something. If you're not looking, you're not going to get it. That means if you are always, no la, cannot la, difficult la, when no money, how to invest la, how to buy property, how to, of course not. You need to start thinking about passive income, passive income, passive income, passive income, passive income, passive income. Then passive income will come to you. Otherwise, no. I want to ask you a question before I finish my talk today. I want to ask you. I'm sure all of you went out today, or went to work, or went somewhere and whatever, right? You went out today, right? And you came back home. I want to ask you, how many blue cars did you see on the road? I mean, how many cars you see on the road, you saw on the road today was blue color? How many cars did you see on the road today when you went out to Makan or whatever was blue in color? Or how many blue cars passed outside your house today? Or how many? I will tell you, your answer will be, I never noticed, Mr. Katti. Maybe 1 or 2 lah. My car blue color. I never noticed, You see, because you're not looking. But what if I tell you, okay, tomorrow, if you go out, between today and tomorrow, let's say now 8 o'clock, right? By tomorrow, 8 o'clock, if you go out there and see any blue cars, if you can write down the registration number of the blue car, I will give you 1,000 ringgit for each blue car you see on the road between today and tomorrow. You know what you will do now? I'll tell you what you will do. You will tonight won't sleep. You'll probably make Nescafe, go and sit some road, look for blue car, and write down the registration, because you want to make money, because you are looking. So when you are looking for the blue car, you will see the blue car. Similarly, if you're looking for passive income, you will see passive income. So I want to start week 1 of 2022 by telling you, my friends, that please start looking for passive income. Please start looking for passive, because you know why? The income is there, the opportunity is there, investment, everything. You start thinking about it rather than I'm going to work for the rest of my life. Because if you think about, oh my God, I have to wait for my EPF money, I'm going to retire, I'm going to work, then obviously you won't be able to see passive income. All right? So I just need you to tell that I love you guys. I'm doing this series to educate as many people as possible. I'm going to do it free for the whole year, 2 tips every week, so that more of you will become more financially free, health-wise free. Everything is good for you. That's my whole idea, yeah? So I will see you on Tuesday next week with tip number 2 on law of attraction, Ho'oponopono, and next Thursday, tip number 2 on financial mindset. Meanwhile, if you want to know more about how to do investment, or you want to have any idea, or not only anything, you want some advice, please either WhatsApp me, or you send FB Messenger. If you don't have my phone number, send me through FB Messenger. I'll read it and then I'll reply you. Because if you're watching me on Facebook, you can do FB Messenger to me, right? So with that, thank you very much for watching today. And I hope today's session will give you an understanding that you too can become financially successful if your wealth ratio is 1. You too can be wealthy if your wealth ratio is 1. And wealth ratio is passive income divided by total expenses per month. Okay, sir? Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye. Take care. Be safe.